I am Evan Boyd. I am Dean of the Library at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. So as Dean of the Library, I manage the library, which includes faculty and staff and student workers. I manage the facility, and I'm also in charge of dual enrollment programming through the university. I serve as the main point of contact for any external relations with the university related to the library. And I am a common presence on campus and making certain that the library is well respected across. Historically, libraries were seen as more of a warehouse of resources, of books and journals, and we worked really hard over the last few decades to change that image of libraries. While we still have resources that are physical and we give you access to electronic resources, we want to be a space where folks want to come and do their research. They want to sit around and study, do their homework, socialize with their friends, receive the help they need when they don't know what they're doing with their homework, whether that either be through the tutoring center or from a reference library. Having arrived at Kearney before construction began and seen the condition of the facility and the limited ways in which students could use it at that time, it is amazing that only 2 years later we now have a space that's welcoming, has the facilities that students actually want to use, that we have just in the last month and a half of being fully open turned into definitely a strong hub for students across campus to either meet or study. The facility is radically different from where it was 2 years ago. If I talk to some of the employees of the university who have been here a long time and some of the alums, they'll say, when I came to the university 2.5 years ago, the library looked internally basically the same as it did in the mid-'80s. And a lot of things have changed, both in terms of what the university itself is doing, but also how libraries are used. And we didn't have the facility to do that, but now we do. One of my favorite spots in this building is on the second floor. There's seating right outside the large windows that faced east out of the building, looking at the bell tower. You're at basically eye level with the art installation in the building, and so it's this very peaceful, serene look into the distance. You can study in that space if you want, but you can also just let your mind wander and think. I hope when people come to visit the library that they see a space that is warm and welcoming to whatever they need to do in this space. That we have wonderful staff and students who can help researchers on their way, can help folks find directions across campus if we're not the place they need to be, and that we truly are just a group of folks that are happy to help. One of the things that really draws me to being a librarian and working in libraries is sort of a combination of the people you get to interact with, the random research questions and needs that they have, where it's topics you have zero personal interest in, but once you hear someone else's excitement over the topic, you're like, this is amazing, this is the most interesting thing that I've ever heard. But I don't have to be the one to write the paper about the really interesting thing, and that's really fun as a librarian. Is you get to see all of this stuff, you get to learn bits and pieces of stuff while you're helping people, but you don't have to be the one to write the paper. That's the person in front of you is the one who gets to write the paper. One of the library's main areas for growth, I think, is on being a bigger center for Nebraska history and research. We have a pretty good archive as it is, with not just stuff related to the university or the college, but we have personal collections of important people from the region, stuff related to important moments of the state's history. But we want to grow that so that this library is a place you go to when you're wondering about what the history of Western and Central Nebraska is. As we approach the completion of this project, I feel a great sense of accomplishment, while also knowing that the work isn't done, that there are little things about the building that we're going to continue to change and shift. Expansion of the archives is already on our, physical expansion of the archives is already on our radar as a future project. So while it's a great moment and there's a lot of relief, we have more to do.